Good afternoon and welcome to today's edition of NWCR's Removing the Liberal Blindfold for this Saturday, the 5th day of June in the year of our Lord 2021. From what I have been seeing, our tyrannical governor, MLG, needs to grow the heck up. From Fox News comes this one. New Mexico Democrat governor slams protesters as lizard people as she announces her re-election bid. New Mexico Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham faced a loud group of protesters this week as she formally announced that she'll seek re-election. Signs were held up by the critics of the Democrat, who is known as MLG, included slogans such as "Stop obeying," "Open all businesses now," and "Governor, we are not your subjects," according to the Santa Fe New Mexican. Booing and chants against Grisham outside the Albuquerque Museum appeared to force the governor to cut her speech short and leave early, the newspaper reported. As she faced the protesters Thursday, Grisham dismissed her critics as Q-Anon Lizard People, the New Mexican reported. Quote, "I know it's going to be loud, and I just have to say I'm sorry that we picked the same location that the Q-Anon Lizard People meeting was at," unquote. She told the crowd, according to the paper. From the Albuquerque Journal this morning, it even announced that she had said that with the article headlined, "Lujan Grisham Announces Re-Election Bid Amid Protests." Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham opened her re-election campaign Thursday with a short speech and a few fist pumps as rowdy protesters outside shouted through a megaphone and booed so loudly they drowned her out. Individuals yelled out, "Wuhan Lujan," "Sig Heil," and "Lock her up," as she tried to give her speech, which only lasted 4 minutes long, with her saying, "I just have to say I'm sorry that we picked the same location that the Q-Anon Lizard People picked." And now to remove that liberal blindfold. We have to realize here that the tyrant's words there are not the truth. She called the protesters lizard people. Yet, if a Republican had done that, there would be hell to pay, and the people would be getting a different view of it from the media. Not that she said that, but that the people were all called this because they had the audacity to go against what they were doing for the people. But since it was people protesting this baby in office, they had to resort to name-calling, something the Democrats would not be above doing if it was said against Trump or Moore or Noem or Cruz or any of the other Republicans, as they live under that bubble of double standards. And it is because of this double standard today that Americans had to put up with being called lizards and deplorable and many other horrible things that a politician of either side should never get away with. But now the left gets away with all this all the time, but will not allow the same for a Republican. From Isaiah 10, verse 1, "Woe to those who enact evil statutes, and to those who constantly record unjust decisions." Over the last year and a half, we have had the liberal government locking down the people for a virus that is and was no more dangerous to 98% of the people than the common flu, something that happens every year. We were never locked down because of that. But now the world, our government, and China has been shown just how the people will allow the government to take away our freedoms and liberties guaranteed to us by God and by our Constitution, and they know now that they can do it again. And mark my words, folks, it will happen again. Because we allowed it to happen in the first place. The rule has always been, allow a government to do something, they will exploit it forever. God knows that, and so do we, if we would just use our brains a little bit and think on it. Now our tyrant in office cannot take it when the pendulum swings the other way and she gets truthful criticism for the things that she has done to this state in the name of lockdowns. In essence, she told us that we would be reopened once most counties would be green in her red, yellow, green scheme of things. Then when it started to look like it might happen, she changed the rules on us, as all Democrats of today do, and she added another color, turquoise. Now, on the 2nd, from the Albuquerque Journal, the headline read, "Jackpot! New Mexico moves all counties to least restrictive health level." The photo with the article showed Grisham with a mask on in front of a Jeopardy-type wheel, spinning it like we had just hit the jackpot here. No, we didn't. If she had just left the color scheme the way it was when she started it, the state would be now totally opened. But because the tyrant couldn't or wouldn't give up her control over the people, turquoise is now considered the least restrictive level. Green is still out there, but we haven't gotten there yet. We are still being processed and controlled by a tyrant who thinks she is above all of us. She isn't. All she is an elected official who is supposed to be there to represent the people. But in true Democrat style, she is the dictator of New Mexico, and we are all lizard people if we don't follow her dictates. Well, to hell with her. I follow and do what my God says, not that tyrant Grisham. Thank you all for listening to us here at NWCR, where we strive hard to find the truth hidden by the lamestream lying liberal media. And I will always say, we will not be ruled. We are heard through Conservative Nation Media, or C&M, from behind the silver microphone of freedom with the voice of reason in this increasingly unreasonable world. And in that unreasonable world, it is where America always wins. Please subscribe to my Rumble account under the name of NWCR's Removing the Liberal Blindfold, and also my BitChute account with the same name, and my Brighteon account now, which is the new conservative replacement of YouTube, with the name Removing the Liberal Blindfold. Subscribe to those because I am being shadow banned on Facebook and YouTube. See you on Monday, and God bless you all.